Hey everyone, Brian with WorkshopAddict.com. We're building a small shop next to our house, and this is giving us a chance to try out some different saws and let you know what we're finding. We're taking a look at the Hitachi 18 volt 6.5 inch deep cut circular saw, model number C18DBALP4. This is a bare tool, but we've been using it with the 6.0 amp hour battery. One of the reasons why we wanted to go in this direction and check out some of the smaller saws is because these heavier saws are probably not practical every day on a small residential job site where you're just building a small shop. This small 6.5 inch deep cut saw had some interesting characteristics to it, as it was very, very small, but Hitachi also says it cuts deeper than most 7.25 inch saws do. That was one of the first things that we went out to prove and say, hey, does it cut the same depth? Does it cut deeper? And this is DeWalt's FlexVolt saw, probably one of the most powerful saws that we've ever used. And they've also kind of said, hey, we have the deeper cutting 7.25 inch saws out there. We put it up next to the Hitachi 6.5, and it's amazing that this 6.5 inch is actually significantly deeper than the 7.25. That just surprised us. It was stunning to use it at first and be like, wow, why can't we get a nice 7.25 inch saw to go a little bit deeper if this 6.5 is capable of doing it? Here nor there, we will let the tool companies figure that one out. But this Hitachi saw was surprising in what it would do and how lightweight it was. We were using it while cutting up against some older 6.5 inch Makita saws, and it was holding its own. I don't have a lot of footage of that, but what we have footage of is us getting some of the supports ready for lighting and different cuts that we had to make for just finishing up. Let me give you some specs on the saw before I get into some of the intricacies of it. First, it's got a 4,100 RPM no load speed. Then it has a silent mode or an automatic mode that will drop the RPMs down to 2,500. And as it needs the power, it'll automatically boost them up to 4,100. It has a max depth of cut at 90 degrees of 2 and 19/32. A max depth of cut at 45 degrees at 1 inch and 13/16. It'll bevel from -5 to 45, and it is fully adjustable, so you can adjust your zero. That is awesome. It also weighs approximately 7 pounds with this 6.0 amp hour battery, and it is a very lightweight saw. The one thing that I always complain about on all the Hitachi tools, especially the 6.0 amp hour battery, I'd like to have a fuel gauge on the battery. And then secondly, I'd like to have more than 2 bars on the tool. So when you put the battery in the tool, look at how much power you have left. It either says 2 bars for full, 1 bar for half, and when you have no bars, you're gonna be about dead. I need a little more information than that, especially on the job site, and especially when you have multiple batteries that you don't know which ones are charged and not. So one ding against it there. It does have a very interesting looking control panel. When we first looked at it, we were like, what's going on? First, you have an LED light that's on the front of this that you push a button, it'll come on with the trigger. You can push the button again and just keep the LED light on, which is an interesting option. We didn't use it, we just let the light come on with the trigger. Then you have a silent mode. I don't really think that that's the best naming of that. I think quiet would have been better. But what this mode does is bring the RPMs down to 2,500, no load. So if you're into a tight space, working with a lot of other people, and you want it to be a little more quiet, it will slow the RPMs down, it will slow your cut down, and then you can have less noise. Unfortunately, you have less noise for a longer period of time, and then if you're cutting anything of any significance, even 1/2 inch OSB, and you start pushing the saw, it will automatically sense the load, ramp up to 4,100 RPMs, and then back down. So if you were to use this mode, 1/4 inch stuff would be great. You're not going to use it on a 2x4. You're not going to use it cutting anything of any significance, definitely not in 3/4 inch OSB. It's going to have its own niche in its own place. We didn't find it. I'm sure inside it would be good. If you wanted to just use it in that silent mode all the time, it would start out a little bit slower. You start your cut, as soon as you put some pressure on it, it'll ramp up the speed and then bring it back down as it's not needed. All your call. This is not the most powerful of saws that we've used, and it would probably really appreciate a really good blade on it, but it wasn't lacking too much power either. The adjustability on this for someone who's going to use it beveling is awesome. I mean, you can go to a -5. You have a front and a rear place to lock it in place. Once you start to move and bevel the saw, there's a stop to bring it back to 0. You push this forward to bring it into the negative area. And then if you want to adjust it, you can adjust from the bottom. There's a set screw, and you just move the Allen screw up or down to adjust your 0. Everything works great. The controls in it for your depth of cut are in back. It's just a straight bar. Push it forward, bring everything down. Everything slides very smooth. The depth of cut markings are in centimeters, a little different, but it works. There's a guide plate, or cutting guide, that you can slide in here to use. We used it quite a bit just to try it out. It worked well. The one thing that we thought was small, and this is a compact saw, but the blade guard on the bottom, when you push it forward, this is a pretty small lever, and I think we'd be a little more comfortable having a little larger lever when you're putting your hand that close to the blade. But everything fits in as something nice, compact, small, and accurate. There is an arbor lock here, so you can easily remove the blade. Your tool is kept on the side over here in the motor, so you can adjust the blade. And there are tools included to adjust the 0s and 90-degree cuts. There's very few things on here that the tools don't fit. So you can pretty much take this saw apart with the 2 Allen wrenches that are included in a Phillips screwdriver. I can't say enough about probably accuracy here. There's a lot of little lights, a lot of little gadgets that really aren't complicated but add a lot to the saw. The one thing I'm not so sure about is the chrome shoe in the bevel gauge. It's hard to read when it's clean. It's easy to read when it's covered in dust. So we blew this one off before we brought it in. If you're looking for a nice, compact, brushless unit that's going to be used probably for a lot of beveling, just because you have the adjustment to go to a -5 degrees or to get it exactly set at 90, this is a great little saw. It's got a great depth of cut, lots of adjustments. I don't care about the depth of cut being in metric because we don't use it. We just set the saw up against the wood, go a 1/4 inch under, lock it in place, start cutting. Really like the compact, lightweight version of this. It reminds me of where impact wrenches are going. It's great to have a huge 1,500 foot-pound impact wrench, but when you really want to come down and cut all day, these little saws they were exactly what everyone's picking up and using. They didn't care that they didn't have all the power. They just didn't want to have some big monster that they had to lug around or up on the roof. This was where it was at. So if you're looking for a nice saw, check this out. As always, try to give us a like on these videos, comment below with what you think, subscribe to our channel, watch out on Facebook for us and Instagram, get into our contests so that you can get those giveaways of tools. We thank you for your time. Have a great day.